Welcome to our podcast, Lesser 99, stories of everyday people. Like, we just kind of wanted, this is our first one. Obviously, we're brand new at it. We've tried a few runs, didn't go well. So we're hoping round 3 that we're a little more exciting this time.
Right.
This is my friend Maddie.
Hello. And I'm excited to do this. It's new. It's a little bit scary. Like you said, we've tried it a couple of times and floundered. And it takes some time. But we do have a special guest today, and if you want to remain anonymous, you can. If not, then just say hi.
Yeah, it's kind of your call. Like,
what's up? I'm Jason.
What's up? I'm Jason. Hi, Jason. We're so glad. So how all of us met is in this little fourplex that Maddie and I still live in. You thought you needed to go to the big city and do things. How's that working for you? We'll get to that. So, where were you born? Where are you from? Tell us a little bit about you. Anything you want us to know, just naturally.
I'm from a little town in Rock Springs, Wyoming.
Okay.
There were not very many people there, but everyone knows everybody.
Rock Springs, Wyoming, windy, dirty, cowboys.
Known for prostitution.
Oh, yeah. I came to Nevada. We have a reputation for ourselves, too. It's pretty classy over there.
We have a couple of roads down in Houston.
Yeah. We used to take people to see the Christmas lights of the whorehouses.
Yeah,
I
and
don't know.
There was this one time where they killed a whole bunch of Chinese people. So
that happened in your little town.
Massacre. Love it.
A massacre.
Yeah.
So you're known for wars and massacres in your town of Wyoming?
Love it there.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a good reputation.
You know, I actually know a person who lives there. I hope she hears this one. I can't remember if she's from there, but I know she lives there right now. So good.
Great.
A shout out to that one. But yeah, it'll be interesting. So, okay. So, your parents still married?
Yes. Yep. I'm very happily married. Going on 25 years, I believe now.
Okay.
Because it was right before they had me, so yeah.
Okay. My parents, I don't know that happily is the word, but you know.
Yeah.
Like they are what they are and they're married.
Mine have become a lot happier now that they're empty nesters and they can deal with each other.
Well, you know,
a lot less stress.
As having a toddler, I could understand that because having a kid is, I mean, you have yours or you've had yours, so you know. It's a wild experience. It's one of those that's kind of stressful on a relationship, so it kind of makes sense that now that y'all are grown and out of the house,
and me and my brother put my parents through hell. So.
Yeah. Okay, so you have a brother. Is that all there is? You and a brother? Siblings?
Me and a brother, and then I have an older sister who is from my dad's side. So.
Okay. Are you guys all close? You know each other, hang out, everybody's friends?
I mean, we all live in separate places. Like Nathan.
Then maybe that's why you're friends. You don't know.
Yeah,
you don't know. I tried to live in the same town as some of my siblings. Did not go well.
No.
Did not go well. We're still wondering what that was out of some of them.
So he still lives in Wyoming?
Yeah.
Okay, what about your parents? Do they still live out there?
Yep.
Okay. So like same house growing up, same everything, just never left.
No,
never same. I heard
issues with the house, everything. I feel bad.
Okay.
No, and then my sister lives in Washington.
Washington.
I like to visit.
But your brother's still in.
Yeah. Yeah, he lives in not Rock Springs. He lives in Green River now with his fiance. But
okay.
Yeah,
Rock Springs and Green River are like sister towns.
I was gonna say, is that
like I think they're are they separated by the tunnels, or the tunnels coming into one of them?
The tunnels come after Green River. So
okay. So there's like these really cool tunnels that you get to drive through when you get near there, and I'm like, yay!
Did you hear that somebody went through the tunnel, wrecked, and then there was like a giant pile up there?
No.
Killed, like a dozen people.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, they had to like redo one of the tunnels, and it took them months and way too much money.
Oh my gosh. We have tunnels outside of the town I grew up in. They were always working on them, especially in winter. Like, I don't know if that was to slow traffic down, but the mining traffic would go through ours, which you guys have the oil traffic.
So they had to reroute everything through Green River, which was that tiny town.
Yeah.
And it did not go well.
And in the winter, they'll shut the roads because there's so much snow and wind, and the semis just start lining the streets, like for miles and miles and miles.
I had never seen that until we moved out here. And then, you know, when we get all those wind warnings and stuff, they'll be like, all the truckers are lined up. And I was like, why? What? You know? I'm from the South. I have no, like, our wind comes in from the Gulf, and that's about it. Like, we didn't really have crazy windy days unless it was, like, a hurricane and nobody's there.
Right.
Even tunnels. We have one tunnel, and I couldn't even tell you where it is anymore because the last time we went to it was like when we were a kid, and it is literally, it goes underneath the ship channel or something like that. Like it goes under the water and comes back out. Now probably people from Houston are probably going to go, that's not right. And you know what? Probably it's been a long time since I've lived there. Right. And honestly, I don't even remember half the names anymore of the streets and stuff. But we had one tunnel. I did it one time and I was like, wow, because it's just underground. Like it goes down through the tunnel. So not even a cool view. No, like you're just nothing. Down. No, it's just city.
Well, see, and have you been back to Houston since you moved?
A couple of times. Okay. Yeah.
Do you ever feel like it changes much?
Every single time.
Okay, so that's my problem with Rock Springs. Okay, is I go home and
so Houston is one of those big cities. It's one of the biggest ones out here, you know, or out in Texas, and it's constantly evolving. So every time I go back, like my old dance studio, the restaurants we used to go to that were like the mom and pop shops and whatnot, all of that is gone. Yeah. So everything that was familiar to me as from childhood is now completely different. The malls are different. The roads have been rerouted. You know, there's neighborhoods now. There's like other retention ponds, all kinds of stuff.
My
so I go back and it's
like
just weird.
Dirtier and seedier. Like I don't know. Like I go back and I'm like, did I not see this before, or has it changed? Like when you go back to your hometown, are you like, is it different or am I different? Like, you know what I mean?
I always tell my parents, like, you can only polish a turd so much. Like, that's really the problem. Is you get there and you're like, cool, they slapped a new coat of paint on that building. Like, still looks like crap.
Dude, I just remember the winds when I lived in Wyoming. Like, you would go out and your hair would be like,
I've like never been to Wyoming.
No, Wyoming is a whole nother breed of animal.
Through here, that's a consistent thing there.
Oh.
Yeah, like you'll literally pull up to drive-thrus at like McDonald's or something, and they have built this wall trying to stop the wind for you to get your shit passing it like between the cars and stuff. What? But otherwise the problem is all it does is like make this wind ass tunnel where the dirt is now trapped. So now you get pelted with sand.
Yeah, oh exactly.
Like right here because when the wind is bad, if you were out here, you're getting pelted with leaves, sand, dirt.
No, it's like that at the drive-thru when you're trying to get your food and your drinks and your it's a situation over there.
Not Houston.
Really makes you want to roll up to that restaurant.
And ever changing.
Yucky wind tunnel.
It's like a moving economy. Like people are constantly coming and going. Like it's rare that you find someone that's been there for years and years and years. And years.
Right. Okay.
But everyone knows everybody because there's not enough people to.
Yeah. How many people are in your town?
I want to say it's like 25,000, but I could be wrong.
Okay, I don't know.
Which sounds like a lot, but like when you consider that like Denver has like millions of people.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Hey, you know, Houston, they have millions of people too, so it's...
Well, like my parents grew up, like my dad's pretty big out in the mines, and like my mom did retail their entire life, so like everybody knew me.
Do you know when like those towns... It's like everybody knew everybody, and y'all went to church on Sunday, and like you would literally
couldn't get away with shit. They're like, oh, we seen your car. We knew what you were doing.
Yeah, like, how was Albertsons during second period? And you're like, oh
shit. You know,
yeah, for real.
I lived in a small town for a little bit after high school. I lived in Kingman, Arizona, and there was like what? Maybe 500 people. Okay, that's exaggerating. There was more than that, but it was a really small town compared to where I came from. I was like, what the hell is this? And we were driving around that orange Charger. I had an orange Daytona at the time, and anywhere I went, my dad would be like, oh, well, what are you doing there? Well, how's this? How was this? I saw you driving fast.
My high school vehicle was an orange Dodge truck. Oh, I'm like, guys, we can't take the truck anymore.
My dumbass took my silver Impala that would have been unrecognizable for anything, and then I cut out a giant white L to put on the back of the window.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, and then
everyone knew it was me.
What did the L stand
actually, the L came off. So me and my mom were going to go down to Utah one day, and I was blowing down I-80, and we just about crest the hill through a construction zone in Green River, and the cop's sitting in the median, and I didn't see him, and I was going like 85 on there, which for down here is nothing, but for Wyoming, like, that's jail.
Yeah.
Immediate jail time. So we pulled over into Green River, decided not to go to Utah that day, and I got to sit in my grandma's garage scraping the L off of the back of my window to make sure that I wasn't going to get pulled over on the way back. Because when I seen his lights, I just whipped it off.
I had a car with extremely tinted windows once, went to Utah. Same. Like, the third time I got pulled over, they were like, I was like, come on, man. Like, clearly I've been warned about the tint on the window. Yeah, my bad. Also, don't live here. You're gonna have to let me go.
We traveled.
Have you guys been pulled over lately, though? How are they, like, 15? Like 15. They pull you over and you're like, are you old enough, sir?
You don't get pulled over in Denver. Although Anthony did, so I don't know.
He did. He sure did. And that was one time that he wasn't even really speeding. He had caught like a downhill and was just taking the momentum.
When the car couldn't go that fast if you wanted it to, but that day
so
it did.
He was like,
with the that
with the road, and so he was like, cool, a downhill momentum. And right at the bottom was a cop, and he was like, I was the only one there. It was one of those wrong place, wrong time.
No, you just gotta accept those ones.
Right.
See, I'm always late to work, so I gotta blow up I-25 at like 90, which in the Murano is really fun with its crappy suspension because you'd be hitting those potholes and it's just launching you into the other lane.
It's like driving a real Jeep going down the road. Okay, so siblings, you've got one sister, one brother.
Yep.
And then what made you leave Rock Springs? Like, how are you in the Colorado area?
So
like, where did you get to that point?
When you live in a little small town like that and you're a closeted gay man, and you come out in a little rural
So when did you decide
like
to jump out and do that for your parents?
At 18. It was
How'd that go for you?
Great idea. Not at all.
No?
At the beginning. I mean, it's since gotten a lot better.
Your parents weren't one of those that, like, we've been waiting for this and we knew all along?
No, hell no. No.
Well, with you, they didn't know.
No.
They didn't know.
Surprised, but no.
No.
They did not.
Has your personality changed much? Like, maybe we have a different version of you.
I don't think so.
Okay, well,
it could be a thing that was missed. Little man, but
maybe.
A little big man, but...
Like, never questioned it. You just knew that that's what you were.
No, I mean, a lot of people when I came out were like, oh yeah, I wasn't surprised, but my parents, hit it like a truck.
And maybe friends like that knew you were like, oh.
Yeah, well, I might have been a little more open to them.
So. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Well, and that could be hard too if, your parents are expecting certain things of you and then you're like, that's not.
So does that mean you come from a religious background that was so frowned upon?
Well, so... That's a weird bumpy road too because I feel like
I think religion's a weird bumpy road. Continue.
You're not wrong, but like when you are a child like I was and your mother's like, yeah, no, we're not doing all that churchy stuff, like, because grandma's crazy, and then all of a sudden mom turns into grandma and she's like, now we're doing the churchy stuff, and I'm like, what?
I think I did that reverse to my kids. We were churchy first, and I was like, I'm just kidding, this is dumb, and flipped them the other way.
Well, see, I feel like we went like back and forth a lot when I was a kid, and I was like, I don't understand.
So very confusing growing up, not completely. Like a set system of believing. No. So mama didn't know who she was and packed you along with her.
Yeah.
Okay, done. Good, nice. Okay, so cute little gay man comes out of the closet at 18.
Yeah. No.
And what were the results of that for you?
Well, thank God I was out of high school. Because had I been in high school, you never know. In a little rural community, you might end up behind a dumpster dead at that point if you come out like that. So.
Was that something that you genuinely feared? Was it like
a
real
area? Oh, yeah. No, one of my mom's cousins ended up behind a dumpster with her throat cut.
So,
yeah.
Oh, that's scary. But there's still nasty going on in that town.
Yeah, no.
So after you come out, then you're like, well...
Gotta go to Colorado.
Well, maybe I should pick a better state to live.
So what was the purpose of coming to Colorado? Was it just a chance thing, or did you have plans to come out here?
No, it was more of a chance thing. Like, I was just kind of sick of Wyoming and the beliefs that are.
Did you try to go anywhere else, or was it like, I'm going to Colorado?
Well, my sister went to Washington first, and I went up there, and I kind of liked it there until I was driving down the road, and it felt like the trees turned into walls on me. Because
and there's trees everywhere. Yeah.
Okay,
I was telling her that.
That's kind of what I want in my.
See, I thought that too,
and I was gung-ho
on that. Yeah,
and there's no view. There's no view. You're looking at a wall of trees.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, like...
But I think I'd be okay with getting lost in the forest.
I don't know, it's interesting.
A house in the middle of nowhere in the forest, I think.
Maybe that, but it's interesting. It
would be
different.
Hard, though.
It's just different.
So, I stay up watching those, like, Appalachian Mountain videos all the time.
Okay, well, nobody said that. The Appalachian...
good. I'm not getting.
Dude, I was watching those one night, and the lady's like, she gave me a sandwich. So I'm like, what does a sandwich mean? I'm like reading in the comments. I'm like, homegirl, run!
Watch that one. I watched that one. That one's one of my favorite ones. Where she goes back over the bridge or something.
Yeah. And then she's like, I never saw that bridge again to this day. And I was like, eat the sandwich. Like, I would like take the sandwich and
I know, because a lot of people.
And Maddie's like, yeah, that's no big deal. Like, no, it's not. Yes, it is. Like,
no, a lot of people were saying the sandwich was to like tell whatever was out there that like
this is a friend, let him pass.
Yeah, please let him
pass.
At
that point, I was like, bloop.
It's always right before bed.
Yeah.
Dark as hell in the room.
You're like, well, that's not going to help me sleep at all tonight. And you're praying to the music gods to help you out. Like you did it to yourself.
Remember Bluey. Like,
okay. So 18. All right. So you come out and you're like, ta-da! Oh.
I mean, I got made fun of a lot in high school because I mean, I was a little flamboyant, but at the time, especially. But
who were you in high school? Like,
very much trying to cover up that thought with like anything else. I was a nerdy kid. Like I like science and math.
Okay, were you in
like
any
that.
school programs?
No. So we went into like the.
Like how many in your graduating class?
200.
Okay, yeah. About the high school of mine.
I think so, yeah.
That's about my.
So there were 3 academies that you could go into, essentially, or you could just do normal high school.
Okay.
So there was Energy Academy. I went into that one because I was trying to go into like the fields of Wyoming at the time and do energy and that. But there was also like the Health Academy and the Fire Law and Leadership Academy. A lot of my friends went into that one. But yeah, no, I went down the energy path and tried to do all that. I don't know if I could tell you what half of it means at this point.
So, you were just trying to get through.
But there were like separate classes to go through and do all that. You know?
Okay. Never heard of that.
No.
So you get out of high school.
Yeah.
Did you immediately move or did you stay there for a little bit?
No, I stayed there. Gosh. I think it was just a year and a half, honestly. I don't think it was much longer than that.
Okay.
And what were you, like, finances good? Like, you were living life? Like, what was it like for you right out of high school?
But I mean, I was working for Smith's, which is Kroger, and then I found the opportunity to move down here for King Supers, so I did that.
Dude, I gotta ask you, was that a good move for you?
No,
See, I never worked with Kroger.
It was at first.
Never forget
it was fine.
working out at that place out
we worked
in the
at
middle.
the same store.
Well, and I've never
bizarre.
worked for them, but I've had friends that have worked for Kroger down in Houston.
You've heard our horror stories.
And I've heard your horror stories, which sound about the same as the ones from my friends in Houston.
Like, you kind of just have to stand back and look at that company and go, damn, Gina, you really don't care about your people.
Hope Kroger doesn't come for us. We probably should have changed the name on that one. My bad.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Do you know the amount? All we have to do is type in Kroger, and you know how many people could back us up? I think they're going to leave us alone.
That's fair. Yeah.
The one of the 3 of us leak loose about it. If all we're saying is, it's a shitty company to work for, I think they'll leave us alone.
Well, and also, do you expect on working for them again?
No.
Okay, well there you go.
No,
Problem
right.
solved. Because the most that they're gonna do
that
is
little produce solved all your problems.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm okay.
Right. The most that they would say is, "Oh, well, you can't work for us anymore because you slandered our name," and you're gonna go.
Didn't even slander their names.
Okay.
Facts.
Exactly.
Facts.
Did you hear everything I said?
I'm
did you get it all?
I will
If you didn't, I'll tell you.
never ever forget calling my manager and being like, "It's raining in the building through the lights in the foyer."
Yeah, every day.
And he goes, "Let it burn," and I'm like, understood,
All
sir.
right,
Like,
here we go.
You're not the only one who's done with that place.
How many buckets did we have to go throw around the store?
Swimming pools?
Yeah, no, literally.
Swimming pools.
Every
Okay.
time it snowed.
Okay, so you moved down here. When you moved down here, were you by yourself?
No, I was with my husband at the time.
Oh, you got married somewhere in between high school and...
ex-husband, yes,
Well, that's a work in progress.
Well, yeah.
So, okay, so...
The ring has switched hands.
So how did you meet said husband?
He moved up to Green River to be with his parents at the time, and I met him through like a mutual friend of ours. And yeah, that was a fun joyride of ups and downs and ups and downs.
Okay, well, I know where we're at today, but like, I mean, it was a little sudden.
Yeah.
From the stories that
well,
you've told.
Well, I mean, no, he came over for
what
the
advice
first
would you
time,
give
never
yourself?
left.
Like, what would you go back and
Slow
give yourself?
down. hit the brakes.
Okay, so you said that he came over and never left. What do you mean by that?
No, literally came over for the first date and moved in that night. Like, never left. Then we got married a year later.
And you were good with this at that point in time?
Yeah, I mean, it was fine. Like, it felt right at the time.
Okay.
Looking back on it now, being like...
I had some fast move-ins, but never that quick.
Hindsight is 20/20, and, you know, it's one of those you'll never look back when you're older and go, man, I really regret that. It's one of those just wild, crazy stories.
That I did in
that's
it, no.
part of your big. It's just a little chapter.
Yep.
You know, it's even if it doesn't end up well, or even if it does later, it's still.
The thing is to back that up, like you, word-wise, have literally tried to find anything and everything that would help calm him down to a point that you could have a conversation with him.
Right.
Like, I know that that's where you guys are at today. And I remember getting to that in my relationship where you would just look at the words that they're sending and you're like, no. Like, what are we doing? Like, it's so sad that it reaches that point. I think it's interesting, though, that you say that you wouldn't undo it.
No.
Like,
I don't regret anything that I did.
No, and I think that you always hold on to that hope that they're going to change back. That's why you stay as long as you do.
And honestly, if I would have never met him, I would have never came down here.
Right.
I would still be in Wyoming. Like, he's one
so
of the
he was kind of
major
helpful in the
reasons.
catalyst of getting you to
So
Colorado.
Was he more of the one who wanted to move, or was it more of a mutual thing?
Yeah, I mean, he was from Phoenix, so he wanted the big city, and I wanted the small city, so we ended up in Colorado Springs because we felt like it was a small city.
Okay.
So, all right.
I mean, that's a good compromise.
Yeah.
This
not
is
Denver.
the biggest city I've ever lived in.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe not Pocatello-wise, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no, this is big city for me.
This is big city?
This is
big city until I went to
kids
Denver.
were raised in a town of 500. And that's not an exaggeration. We had no stoplights in a gas station.
Yeah, my high school had 4,000 kids when I went, and our graduating class was probably about 1,500.
No.
And I mean, it was the strangest graduation too, because they were like, they would call your name, and it was just like
rushing through it.
Name. Like,
I remember going those graduations. And I'm like, oh my lord, are we on L yet? Where are we?
Like, you would walk across that stage, and it was like, okay, let's go.
They're like kicking you out the door. So I infuriated my mom by not going to my graduation.
Oh.
Evidently, you're supposed to make your parents look good. Dropping out of high school wasn't making my mom look good. But I was given the option to walk, and I was like, why would I do that? That was the first of my mom's adult wrath that I would witness.
I graduated the best year ever.
Oh?
Yep, 2020.
2020.
Right at the heat of everything.
Wow, you graduated in 2020.
Yeah, they set up a stage in the parking lot.
Is 2020 the COVID year?
Oh, yeah.
So 2020 is like the year that you lost out on all things at school.
Everything, yep. No, we didn't even go to school that year.
My daughter graduated that year because, like, we even had to do, like, the drive-by graduations where everybody was in cars. Like, the amount of control that we gave the government going, okay, we're going to stay away from each other. It's going to fix the problem.
It did not.
It did not.
I got COVID. We stayed away from each other. I got COVID about 6 times.
Yes.
No, all we did is we were just going to lay at home and collect money.
Dude, they set up this weird little tiny stage in the middle of the high school parking
lot.
And they were like, stand there.
Daughter.
Don't get too close to anybody. Snap. All right, next.
No, you'd hop out of the car and they'd be like, we need you back in your vehicle.
Yeah,
I'm
literally.
like, seriously now? Like, you're shaking
Down with
hands.
Lysol.
They had to have their little masks on to go across the stage out in the middle of the wind. Like, come on, people, we can't be this dumb.
Yeah, in Wyoming.
So 2020 was my youngest sister's kindergarten year.
Okay.
So she went, I mean, it was all online. That whole first year of kindergarten.
No, that was my entire senior year.
Yeah, it was very strange. I don't think it benefited anybody doing online classes. I really don't.
The teachers would go on there and be like, did you guys read anything? And we're like, no. And they're like, yeah, neither did we.
No, mine said it was awful. Like,
half the time my sisters would be on their little, like, tablets, and the teacher would be talking, and they're all like, can I get a snack? Like, you know,
but nobody's paying attention. I feel like
it
it was just one more way to dumb us down.
I went to sleep during the classes. As long as you logged in, you got the points. So I was like, cool.
Those were the years of my divorce. So my ex was like, it's not healthy for the kids to go back and forth for week on and week off. So I was like, fine, I take the weekend. So I never saw my kids during school. I just had them on the weekend. Oh, well, I'm not taking the hard part then. You can have it. I think you regretted that later in life. When he had to beg me for hunting time and bait you, and I was like, dude, you did it. Like, you did it being
This is what you wanted. I'm following your rules, your requests, sorry.
Yeah, it's a whole situation. That's a whole story for another day, how that went down.
So we were outside earlier, and your hair was like vibrant purple. And
I kind of love that you point out Maddie's hair.
I know, because now we're in this light. It's like, like a violet blue.
Okay,
it's very
so some of my hair, like these pieces, are turning gray. Now that was the part that was black and then immediately turned green.
Right.
Because my hair is a whole situation, which I'm sure our followers will.
No, for real.
Get to go
the amount of times Maddie's like, so I got some hair that day. I'm like, did you now?
Yeah, I met her when she was red, and then we went to
I think my favorite one was the day she comes home and she goes, they said that it's going to go on my hair and look purple and then look like an oil slick.
Because that's
and I
what
go, and you're gonna put it.
Hear.
And I go, you're gonna put that on your hair. And she goes, well, yeah, why not? And then as it was coming out, this black, green, gray oil slick. And she goes, it looks like an oil slick. I go, the lady told you. And she goes, yeah, I know. I'm like, I don't understand.
I know what was gonna happen. I just didn't expect it to be.
The green was cool.
Okay, it was cool, but not when you expected it to go more of like a blue or fade purple, because everything online.
Still not sure where any of those colors came from, but
so my hair, I had put this purple over the green.
Yeah.
So some of my hair, like on the bottom pieces, are more of a vibrant purple, and some of it, like right now, looks more blue. So my hair is.
I mean, it's cool.
It's every color.
It just switches shades depending on the lighting, which is really cool.
Well, also every time I wash my hair,
it's like a whole story.
It's like that really cool paint that you paint your car with. Like, that's my next hair. Like is it black? Is it green? Is it blue? Like,
I know it's I like having colorful hair, but I'm definitely one of those people. I'll wash it with cold water for like the first 3 weeks, and then after that, I'm like, okay, I'm tired of this, and start washing it with warm and let it fade, and then I'll reapply and do purple like crazy.
I get a random Snapchat from you with just I can see like the purple dye, and I'm like, oh, all right, that's what we're doing again.
It's a whole process.
My hair is a journey. It is my form of self-expression. And even if I get a job, they're going to have to suck it up, and I'm just the chick with purple hair. Because at this point, I'm just going to be like, this is natural. What do you mean? I was born with purple.
Like this.
I was born this way.
Don't mind the grays and the natural. No, we don't look at that. This is my natural. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
You can tell if she's in love with the color or not in love because it's the amount of time she will wash her hair.
Yeah. I really do try, and like when I like this purple, I tried so hard to use like the baby powder, like all the things to not have to wash it, because I knew as soon as I did it was gonna fade. I mean, I still have like half a bottle though, so
it's like a whole nother hair adventure in there.
It is. It really is, because that other half will refresh my hair one day when I feel like it.
Right.
Do the brows too.
Okay, so back to COVID graduation.
No, come on.
COVID graduation had to leave a serious mark on everyone, though. Like, that was the most interesting year. We did, like, this parade
thing. We did the parades, too.
Yeah, and everybody decorated their own car. It was just... I can't describe. But, it doesn't really top my next kid who graduated, 3 years later, 2 years later. The math is wrong. Whatever. Shoot me now. Anyways, who took a selfie of himself and left, and nobody ever even got pictures with him after graduation.
Nice,
Everybody's like, where'd he go? I'm like...
I mean, I still took pictures.
Of course, if they read our text, I'm like, we'll leave, bro.
So I graduated in 2014, and it was...
Not the grandma.
I know.
I'm just kidding.
I know.
It's a whole 6 years before.
I know.
Dude, I graduated in 95.
You were in the 6.
95.
95 was the year I was born.
Yeah.
So...
you know what? That's our catalyst. They were like, this is going to be interesting.
2002.
That's so weird.
Yep.
2002.
That's so strange to me. So my graduation was just a regular, everybody was there. It was hot.
Rushing you through the
humid,
everything.
It was in a stadium, like a football stadium.
Those ones, as soon as they're at a stadium, I'm like...
I've been to one of those, because my cousin had that too, and they were like, here's the Jumbotron of, the people
that's what they did. Yeah.
That we took the camera and we put it 6 miles that way, so you can barely see them on the Jumbotron. Good luck.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, okay.
Plus it, echoes.
Bad.
The entire time I sat next to people, I had no clue we're even in my homeroom. I didn't talk to any, because I would show up for 5 minutes and be like,
that many
hey, I need to
people,
go.
though, how would you?
Yeah, it was really one of those that when you found your little group, you just kind of were like, hey, we're going to meet here. I was in the Misfits. We had literally we had star football players, band people, skaters, people who were like smoking pot in the back. Like
just kind of anybody was welcome group.
Anybody. Right. It was literally, we were one of the biggest like friend groups. So we would all sit outside, and we were known that if you felt like you were kind of like the outcast, we were like, come on, like come be with us. And we were all just buddies. And it was a friend group that started before I was in high school. Because I remember being a freshman, walking in and then being like, hey, come this way. So I just, kind of was like in the group. I
was raised Mormon, so I kind of awkwardly stared at everybody because the world was not PG when I got out from my parents' home.
Yeah.
And it was rather traumatizing. I think I just went around like this.
Mouth wide open to everything.
Yeah, and everybody's like, and I just was like along for whatever anybody was doing. I really wonder. Like, I kept no friends going through. Everybody one day was kind of like,
right,
move along.
See, I
like girls looking at us.
No, I think I was. I don't know. Like, I had friends, but nobody ever was like, yeah, I'm gonna keep Heidi around. Like, that's a good one. Right. Like, everybody eventually was kind of like, you and I have even kind of had weird times where you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna stand over here right now. Yeah. Like, we talked about it a little bit, you know. And I told Jason, I think I was just too much. I'm too bold and too real, like, at that point. And he was like, don't want to hear you. Doesn't matter. They still ended up here. And here we are.
I said that.
A little bit.
Probably.
It was said in a different way. That's the greatest part about you. You just say it, man. Like,
I know. And some people like that, and some people don't.
So yeah, okay. So very different high school experiences. I truly think that I was like... I definitely didn't know anything about anything.
Well, your graduation was bigger than mine, though, no?
Well, no, didn't show up to it.
Oh, that's right.
Have the really fancy homeschool diploma that my mother used the funds out of my savings account without telling me.
Came out the Kodak printer.
Yeah, so when I went to buy my first car and that account was empty, I was like, oh, bet.
Yeah, I had a nice little savings account that my 18-year-old self blew the minute that I was able to.
No, I just went to school owing money. Wow, like, I owed money.
Such a nice life.
Oh, dickhead is really
my gift for graduating was moving out of my childhood home the day I graduated.
Oh.
I literally packed all my stuff, moved it into my grandma's, and then went and walked the stage. Mm. And that was pretty much, hello, welcome. I mean, by that point, too...
Congratulations, welcome to adulthood. Adulthood. Game on, motherfucker.
Yeah, pretty much. By that time, I was kind of ready to move out, though. Stories for other days. But, I had, by high school, I had already been exposed to so much that I was kind of spiky as a protection, if that makes sense. I was angsty. I was definitely not where I am now, which, I mean... Hello, I was 15, what do you expect?
Even our friendship's like a year, 2 years in. It's not like it evolved overnight. It wasn't friends for the day. There's been a lot of...
Did I tell you about what made me fall in love with Maddie as a friend?
No, I'd love to hear it.
When she kicked out the dude with the trash can right here.
Oh, yeah.
Because my sister-in-law wouldn't leave him alone. Dude. For some reason. Okay, and he came pounding on the door, and I heard, who the fuck are you?
Okay, so you're living in an apartment right here.
Right.
For context, we got to remember that they don't know all the stories.
Yeah.
So homeless dude knocks on your door.
Well, homeless dude was outside getting trash. So
were you outside with homeless dude?
Let's reiterate.
Yeah, let's just do the whole story from the beginning. Like, this is back to the era where we all meet.
Mm-hmm. Homeless dude was walking around with a trash can.
Yeah.
Now, I've lived here for 4 years, going on 4 years, so I had seen him before.
Right.
And he lives out of that. That trash can is his life.
Yeah.
And what he'll do is he'll go and sort the pine needles across the street out of the rocks.
How do you... separate from the rocks and the...
Yes, and leave piles of pine needles.
Never in my life thought about that. Okay.
And yell, and he's very,
he was very chaotic.
And so, as long as they're over on that side, cool. But when they're in the
especially
yard,
when you don't know,
and
like,
I have,
don't know.
you know, I have a baby. That's not okay.
Right.
You need to. That's somebody's house. You gotta go.
Yeah.
So your
Space.
sister-in-law at the time had given him water.
Yeah.
And I think was talking to him
after we told her not to do that.
Yeah. And was talking to him, and so he.
Now you're friends.
Was hanging out in the
best
yard.
friends.
Oh, best friends.
Hanging
best
out
friends.
in the yard.
You fed the snacks.
Digging around, you know.
Yeah, you guys are friends now.
And then he was essentially getting trash out of his trash can, putting it in a gift bag, and putting it like on their front door.
Yeah.
And the bag had like, it was like
trash.
half-eaten candy, a drink,
case,
Gatorade.
Yeah, a case of Gatorade.
So,
Yeah,
okay,
and then,
this
like,
is where my
used, like,
heart
toilet
breaks. Like, I
paper.
think that's all they have to give. I know you don't want it,
No,
but that's
I
all they
know.
have
And-
to give.
And the thing is
but I hear you, it's your home space. You gotta go.
Well, and the thing is, he kept coming back.
Yeah.
If it was a one-time thing, okay, whatever. He's trying
I
to be
hear you.
nice.
I
But
hear
he
you.
kept coming back and banging on the door.
You grew up Mormon, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But did your mom make you cower from the Jehovah's Witnesses too?
Like, what do you mean
Or
by
was that just
cower?
mine?
Like, you just had to hide at the door?
Yeah, and shut off all the lights. And
We
pretend like you're not
lived in the
home.
middle of nowhere. Nobody came to our door. And if
Oh.
So,
yeah.
Okay, the one time that they showed up at my door, my mom said, we worship Satan here, and slammed the door, and I don't think I ever saw them
See,
again.
okay, so my parents and my grandma, like when we were all over at their houses and shit, their neighbors would call them to let them know that like the Jehovah's Witnesses and the Mormons were on their way, and then we would all shut the lights off and hide. So I have this thing about like people knocking on the door anyway. I don't like that.
So it was like the neighborhood shout out to hide?
Everybody duck.
Against the J-Dubs. No.
Here they come.
Yeah,
So no, we literally hid. So when that dude is pounding on my door, I'm like cowering in the
No,
corner.
Yeah, and
I was subjected to the missionaries coming over and eating dinner, though.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. We had the Mormon family
So-
down the street. that
Yeah.
So the homeless guy's banging on his door.
Yeah.
And
I'm
finally it
laying in
gets to
bed.
a point where I'm trying to get my daughter down. I'm trying to get her to go to sleep. And I'm like, what in the hell is... So I open and I'm like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah, that's all I heard.
Because at this
All I
point,
heard.
I'm pissed off. The baby won't go to sleep. The dog's barking.
Right.
I'm like, what in the fuck is this?
Something is wrong. Something's going
Yes.
on. What are we doing?
And so he's like, oh, well, I'm trying to talk to them and meh, meh, meh. And I'm like, okay, you gotta go. Like, you need to go. And then he
Like,
started
you
getting
need to-
louder with me,
Oh, you don't do that with Maddie.
No.
which you know works so well.
Yeah.
Especially if you're trying to get your kid
Because
down.
my brain goes 0 to 100 real quick when it
And it
comes to
did.
somebody being loud. And I was not happy.
No.
I don't really remember what was said, but I do remember at
Oh,
one point
you
he
don't,
said,
'cause I do.
he was like, you're what's wrong with America. And I said, says the guy who's using a trash can as a backpack.
She did say that. That was the final thing, and that's
Yeah,
when he
I
left.
was not very
Oh,
happy with
poor
him.
little homeless dude.
All I hear is her screen door because you can hear that thing
Yeah.
from a mile away.
Yeah.
Tear open. And who the fuck are you? And I'm like,
No,
oh, God.
like, there's
Oh, God.
nothing better than Maddie in action. Like, yeah.
But like that day, that's how I learned to handle them. I work at the 16th Street Mall now. Like
You
I have to deal
just-
with the
And
crazy.
it's
Yeah.
unfortunate. I don't want to be like a nasty person,
have
you
to
know.
match
But
their
like
crazy.
sometimes you have to be like, yo,
you
this
have
is too
to
much.
let him know. You gotta go. You gotta go, and I'm gonna be tougher than
Well,
you. So you gotta
And
go.
you know what's weird is I come from a big city, but I never saw that many homeless people like as I do now. Like there was a homeless area in Houston, and it was next to a bus stop. It was in downtown Houston, and it was under an overpass.
Dude, like some of the homeless people are cool as shit. Like I'm fine with
Yeah.
them. Like they do, and they go about their own thing, and they're not like
Never- I
stealing
mean,
shit,
we still-
nothing.
No, they're just minding their own business.
And then there's what I designate as the crackheads. They like come in,
I mean,
they're
we've
stealing,
had
destroying shit.
when I worked at Hobby Lobby, we had a homeless guy come in, do drugs in the bathroom,
Yep.
and strip naked.
That's why we
And
don't
was
have
waiting
bathrooms.
like for customers to come in, and
Oh.
one of the workers, like the one of the guys in the back, they went in and was like, Janine, we have a naked man in the bathroom.
Okay,
You know?
since we're switching topics, this one time I worked at a store. First day. Not like first week. First week. I think it was the
It was
first
the
week,
first,
not
yeah.
first day. I come on home like, hey, Maddie, somebody got tased today. And she's like, what?
Is this the blue store?
Yep. Okay, so straight up the blue store.
Quick side note for our listeners that we want to do a blue store chronicles.
We have so many blue store chronicle stories.
You can start with the Kroger Chronicles.
Well, that too. But blue store chronicles.
Well, I'm telling you. So, anyways, they're taking the dude out. I separate the one guy that's arguing with him. I'm like, hey, come over here. I can help you. He comes over and he's yelling. They're yelling back and forth over the check sound. I'm like, what started it? I'm all invested in it. And he's like, I don't even know. I came up to the line. Dude starts losing it. He's like, I'm not taking that. I'm manly. So he starts yelling. And they're still yelling back and forth. I'm like, dude, the cops are coming. If I were you, I'd get out of here quick. And he goes, looks back, yells one more time, and books it out the door. And I was like, they come over there and did you talk to the other suspects? And I'm like, yeah, I told them to leave. And they're like,
why would you do that?
Dare you? No, I was like, dude, I'd get out of here if I were you. I was like, seriously, what good's a minute in jail gonna do? Go away.
So you work pretty much in the heart of the city.
Oh, and middle of Denver, 16th Street Mall. Yeah.
And so do you experience a lot of the homeless people?
That's 90% of the clientele down there. It's real fun.
Oh, wow, okay. So
that's a problem.
It really
moving from Rock Springs out to Denver, how was that? Was it
Well, okay, living down here first really kind of, I feel, prepped me for what I have to deal with now.
Okay.
There's a homeless issue down here, but not nearly as bad.
It's cleaned up, too.
It has.
But when I first got here, it was rough.
Okay, make it fair. Because when I moved in, I remember you warning me about it, and I was like, I don't really... Because I was, having to walk to work and stuff, and I was like, oh my gosh.
No.
They literally are me, staying away from you.
I feel like we know better now. Yeah.
So what do you...
Well, so my business has decided to get an asset protection security guard now, because we had just a security guard just to protect us, but they did nothing about the asset protection.
Yeah.
So now we have that, which is real cool to watch, because I just get to sit behind the counter and watch him kick people out all day long, and it's so much fun.
Okay. Oh my gosh, was that like that at the other store you worked at?
No.
Or just at the...
No, so the ones down here didn't bother to pay for security, so theft just ran rampant here. And then the one that I took over in the beginning of May didn't bother paying for security either, even though I feel like the homeless issue down on Hampton was just as bad as it is up at the 16th Street Mall. But whatever. I guess some girls got threatened at the 16th Street Mall, and so now everybody kind of has to have security.
Okay.
But, the difference between the protection security and the asset protection security is so much fun.
Right. Okay, so, what do you think about down here? I mean, you've been out here for... How many years have you lived in Colorado?
So, I think I just seen a thing the other day that it's been 2 years now.
Okay.
Which it feels like a hell of a lot longer.
So, you've only been here about as long as I have then. But we didn't meet until I think I'd been here 6 months or so.
Because we opened the store together. I remember seeing it then, but we didn't really talk we
didn't really talk until
it was much
later.
Different departments. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, when you started doing the asset
I still remember the first time I met his husband. I was like, well, that fits, but didn't see that coming. Literally was didn't,
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I was like, okay. Yeah, that store.
Heidi was handling the asset protection at our store, and I very much enjoyed that until she dragged me out in the parking lot and told me to not jump in front of cars that were speeding off.
Okay, that's not what happened. Okay, what had happened was these brave little shoplifters that you're not allowed to do anything about, and at that point in time, I followed all the rules.
Yeah, and then we did.
Or not. Anyways, they went out with a full cart. Just kind of flagrantly, arrogantly out the door with the cart full of groceries. I was like, come on, Jason, let's go. And he's like, what are you going to do? Now I had the flash on my camera, so I couldn't get in trouble. There was no pictures of plates. There was nothing like that. But I definitely...
got a picture of the plate.
It didn't show up. It didn't show up because when you put your flash on the plates, it doesn't show the numbers. But I made them think that I was. Okay, I had the camera in their face. Not a single picture turned out, but I made them think it. And then we're walking.
Was it worth it?
I'm standing in the back holy shit, we're not supposed to be out here.
Here's the thing though, they're leaving me in charge of a multi-million-dollar store. Nobody's out there in the middle of anywhere. And I've got these people walking all over us. I was like, no, you're putting us in danger by not giving us any authority. So I started chasing him down. Now mind you, that's the only one I followed into the parking lot. Usually we were on thing.
No, because we got the guy with the multiple bags, too.
Okay, hold on, though.
The Irish head.
Hold on, you can't jump ahead. Hold on that one. Okay, so anyways, we're walking back from this car after we'd made a big scene. I just was basically like, I see you. Like, I see you. Yeah. Knock it off. And so we're coming back into the store, and I hurry and beeline over into this cement post, like, where the thing is. And I go, hurry, get out of the way where they can't run us over. And he's like, what?
Not even thinking about that.
I'm like, well, clearly, if they don't like us, like, they could run us over. And he's like, oh my gosh, I never thought about that. Like
after that, the worst accomplice to this whole thing.
He was just following behind me while we're trying. Now, the bag story, that's another situation. First of all, my customer service attendant sat there all day watching this dude haul shit out of the store. Just watching him.
Yeah, because it was multiple.
Because they can't do anything?
No, we can't do anything.
You're allowed to customer service it, but he just decided he didn't want to be involved.
You're being nice to the person stealing.
There.
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
So anyway, so he sat there and just watched it happen. We get this random ass call that the tire company across the street is flooding. Is it ours? And I'm like, what the? So we go outside to check it out, and there's all these bags lined up with a blanket over it in front of this store of shit that had been taken out of our store.
Though. Oh, okay.
It's a whole story. So at this point, I'm with my customer service attendant. He's the one that got all brave pants to walk over there, and he goes, oh yeah, I think it's that dude over there with the dog. I've been watching him all day. And I'm like, a dude with a dog? Like, you don't mess with dogs. Like, that's the one thing that you're like getting out of the way. And so I look up, and this guy's, like, ranting on his phone, and he's, like, pointing us, and here we're in front of all of his stuff. So my brain's like, well, this is about to get real ugly real fast. Probably shouldn't be involved, right? Mm. So I go back into the store, and I'm on my phone. Like, I'm calling the police. Like, hey, we have a situation. I just need the guy to leave. Yeah. Like, there's a bunch of our stuff out there.
Don't show up.
In that meantime, I made the mistake of trusting in one of our former Marines. Yeah. What was going on? Former Marine.
The dude that would drink a whole can.
Okay, but I didn't realize it was as bad at that time. Like, I didn't know that.
It was just funny watching him clean the seafood case drunker than shit.
Okay, out at that store, people would literally, like, buy drinks on the job and go back to work. And it happened for months and months and months and months at a time. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, he got accused of almost killed. Like, we've gone off topic, but I freaking love it. So anyways, okay, so boy, goes outside with me and he's like, well, what are you talking about? I'm thinking, I'm just showing him. Walks over, snatches all the bags, and I'm like, oh, I'm about to lose my job. This isn't going to go well.
Here we go.
Here comes boy with a dog. And he comes over and he's like, that's my stuff. And he's like, well, do you have a receipt for it? And he goes, it's with my friend. He's like, cool, where's your friend? He's like, oh, he's coming to pick me up. He goes, good, I'm going to go ahead and take it back in the store. When you get those receipts for your friend, come and see me. And he hauls off, and I looked at the guy, and I'm like, grab the dog food that was left, pick it up.
She did, so here comes him with like 8 bags loading in.
We're slammed in the store, self-checkout is packed. Jason's standing in there, and he walks in.
Because I was running self-checkout, you were like, here we go.
Yeah, and everybody's like looking at me, and I'm like, it over by customer service. Like, I don't know what to do. So yeah, we definitely became our own little mafia out of that.
We rang it up though. Didn't it come out to like $4,000 in groceries?
I don't remember the total on it. It was probably a couple thousand, but like it was blankets and he literally, and I was like, dude, seriously? You didn't one time be like, I think that dude's stealing. You couldn't come and get me. You couldn't nothing. You just sat there and watched it all day. And he's like, why? It's not my stuff. I'm like,
fair.
We have a whole problem.
So
we have a whole problem in that.
So Hobby Lobby did not have any kind of security guard or...
No, you guys had Karen on the walkie. That's what you guys...
Yes. Yeah. And they would be like, oh my god, there's a suspicious person on aisle blah, blah, blah. No, but then literally the entire store would like talk shit about this person and like... follow them around. Okay.
Everybody's at the end of aisle 4. Just
not only that, my manager, the store manager at the time, was probably about 5'3", 5'4".
Oh.
And she was the sassiest woman I had ever met.
I think you would have to be being
follow people outside to their cars on the phone with the cops, being like, "I see you. I know what you know."
Just those days, I want to do that.
And here we are, just all looking from the front, like, "Oh well, there goes the boss." Okay.
But they would come after your husband every time he would come in there.
Every single time. You know, I'm not gonna say that they weren't a little. say prejudice. Because that's the nice word. You know, Hobby Lobby
is
one of those the other day? Strange.
Light in my loafers.
Light in
my loafers.
What does that mean to be
gay
light?
as hell?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, no, you're a little light in your loafers. I've never heard that.
So Hobby Lobby was one of those places. I don't know if it's all of them. I'm not going to say it is, but like definitely the one I worked at, where the moment that a colored person would come in, they would immediately be following them around. For me, when I was pregnant, I worked in the fabric department, and anytime people were around, and they'd be like, I swear I'm not stealing, and I'm like, okay. Like, I don't care. Like, yeah,
Dude, it was not the colored people that were spilling from us. I just need you to know that.
Same from Hobby Lobby. From Hobby Lobby, it was the same thing. That it was never.
Well, Hobby Lobby's just known for their great beliefs that they love everybody.
You know, Hobby Lobby, if you ever look into it, I would love to do a conspiracy video. You know, where one of our podcasts we focus on conspiracies. Hobby Lobby has been mixed up in some crazy
so
stuff.
many different we weren't even supposed to get to this part in the topic yet. It's just such a fun one.
I know.
It's fine. Your life is still a little fresh with its course of action. It's on now.
And my life revolves around retail and everything else.
Well, hey, and you know what? Maybe we can bring you back on in a little bit and see like where you are from here to then, you know, and be able to.
If my tarot reading said anything today, it's I got to go figure it out.
Did you feel like it was a gentle little aura?
You know what? The tarot cards, I love
Hers
them.
are spicy.
They're mean.
Yeah.
They are, and I don't know how to control
Mine can be mean, too.
Maybe it's just a self-reflection.
It could be. You know what? I'm a little pokey these days. Like
just a little.
I'm just saying, like, 50 people came my way, and I was like, yeah, we're done with that.
Yeah.
Wonder how mine will be.
I don't know. It's a wish that hasn't happened.
Trying to throw out hints over here.
Just a little, you know.
Just a little.
Things like that come along. Not when you want them to.
I wonder what Jason wants for his next present. I can't think of anything at all.
I don't know. I have never, I'm not good at hints. So,
you know what I feel like we need though is like a puzzle or something so that we can.
Okay, we want to be working. We are you joining our podcast more often? Are you just jumping?
Possibly.
We did actually talk about that, having things that we work on, whether we're coloring or whether we're like. Because if you haven't noticed, I'm not good at sitting still. I need something to occupy myself. We've got like puzzles, coloring, painting, like something that we do for the night.
Painting would be so much fun.
It would.
Oh, the podcast episodes that we all get a little tipsy and get a whole lot of shit done.
I don't know about tipsy. Maybe you could. I'm not a big drinker. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not either, but I mean,
it could be fun every once in a while.
Yeah.
Be like, well, I've always wanted to do a podcast more because, like, me personally, never really had a safe place to talk until I met Maddie, truthfully. Like, Maddie was the one that kind of sat there and was like, yeah, that stinks, but what are you going to do about it? And I was like, what do you mean? I'm going to be sad about it. Yeah, well, it's not going to fix your problem.
Maddie's
so
got
what
a good
are you
way
going
of
to
being
do
like,
about
you're going to figure it out.
Yes. And I never had that person until I met with her, so I'm hoping by having this platform we can bring people on that need that friend for a day. Right. Like, sometimes you just need to get it out so you can move forward. Like, you can work as much as you want on yourself, but if you still never feel heard, you're going to stay stuck in that rut.
Right.
You're going to stay stuck in that part where you think you need to be heard.
Well, not only that, focusing on more of like everyday people rather than the famous people or the up and come, like people who are just living their day-to-day lives that are trying to make it through. And like, obviously we're in the U.S., things are hard right now, and people literally everywhere. I mean, we've talked about homelessness and theft and things like that because people are now kind of getting a little bit desperate. And I think that, a lot of times, like, we're so disconnected that we can't open up and talk about, like, what we're going through.
Yeah.
And being able to have this podcast as a safe space for people to talk about that is something that...
Like, I'd like to use it to eventually get my story out as well. Like, a place to talk more than just bits and pieces of where I started. But,
well, and you've been trying to talk me into this for, like, 6, 7 months.
It's been a hot... There's not a person I haven't come across that I'm like, do a podcast with me. And everybody goes, okay. And then poof, they're gone. And I'm like, no, like, do a podcast.
So we're going to add the Africa stories in here, right?
What are you talking about? Like that one time that I got depressed and married an African? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh my, like,
anybody,
listen.
we should have started with Heidi.
Well, listen, okay, look, by that point in my life, if not a single person stopped me from flying to Africa to meet a man I'd never met, like, nobody cared.
I feel like we just wanted to see what would happen.
I think everybody did at my expense.
Not only that, but like I feel like Jason and I didn't know you enough to be like, "Hey, you shouldn't do that."
100%.
It was more
like
of we
I
were
kind
like
of moved in, was already on that plan.
Yeah.
And honestly, it was magical until the second trip, and then, whew,
stories for another day.
Just so you know, there's a harsh reality that comes after you sign on the dotted line in a foreign country. Problem was, I was
until you
coming
get
back.
and then.
Well, you know.
Here we are.
I think he's learning that lesson now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did reach out the other day, and I do feel bad. I've tried to talk to the guy. I've never in my life gotten to say every single thing I ever wanted to say and been like, dude, there's no comprehension.
But also, that's like talking to a brick wall.
I didn't know that. Like, you can't be. Well, here's the other side of it. You can't be a person in survival, find a dude in survival, and be like, "This is going to be a great story."
Me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Me, 100%.
And then you start waking up a little bit, and you're like, "Oh, like I did part of that. Like, oh, yeah, that was me."
See, that's where things are different because I mean, I met Anthony in survival, but we were.
Who's
children,
Anthony?
My husband.
Okay.
So we were children.
Just so the audience knows, like...
We were... Later, we met in middle school. And then we got together in high school. And we've just kind of dumbfucked our way through life this whole time. And more recently, things have become, more serious where we're like, all right, we're not in our early 20s. We're, we gotta, like...
You have a kid.
We have a kid. We gotta, like... It's no longer like, oh, it's whatever. No, it's... time to get serious, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this too, because
if anything, we're documenting life too.
I want to be able to document
to go back to this point and be like, oh my gosh, I know,
I
like how he
would love to have you.
My bad.
No, I think that you would be such fun on some of the topics that we want to go over because you're an outside version of it, knowing that we respectfully are arguing with you. Yeah. We've lived in the same space doing coffee together, and I went off the deep end again, but it's fine. It's fine. We pulled through.
You know what? This is a safe space. Mm-hmm. It's a safe space.
We'll talk about it later.
This will be conversations for after the cameras are
No. Not yet. Don't let it out. No, but I feel it in the two of you too. It's just fun to be able to talk about day-to-day things and hash everything out, and there's so many topics. I feel like we have gone to the grind. Mm-hmm. You go to work and you come home and you go to bed. You eat and you go to bed. I have gotten to the point that I don't have that excitement for outer life for a while. And finally I was getting back into it. Maddie and I had started walking, doing some of these things, and finding something beyond going to work and coming home.
I just threw my life into a full 180, so it's fine.
Well, honestly, some of those catalysts aren't 100% your fault, and I don't really have advice on that because I've been married 3 times and here I am single.
Okay, so my advice with that would be that usually when your life blows up, falls apart, does a complete 180, whatever you want to call it, is usually when you are leveling up, when you are going to see major changes, when, you have to be uncomfortable and shed all of the old to move on and to, continue on your path and do what you need to do. Sometimes the universe is not very nice about the way that it does that. Yeah. It will be like a table full of stuff and she just, whoop, and it's like, all right, well, there you go. Mm-hmm. Go pick your stuff up and keep going.
Think about what you've done.
And then you literally have to look at all your stuff on the floor and be like, oh, okay, well, here we go again.
It's not even metaphorical list.
No,
For me.
That one was a little explosive. Yep. And, maybe we, in another one, can talk more about it.
Once I've had time to
I think that it's a good place to leave it. you're in Colorado. As like when I moved to Colorado, I realized
homeless now. Like,
well, you know what?
currently,
I never considered myself homeless, but I was. Like when you don't have a place that you consider yours to put your bed or anything of yours.
As somebody who's
We're not sure if you have anything left at this point, so that'll be a fun.
Well, I mean, I have a car out there with a fucked up wheel. I have no house to go home to.
No, but you have friends that
sometimes
are
some of
willing
us
to
need
support
harsher
you.
lessons than others.
Yeah.
You still have a
I don't
job.
feel like I deserved it, but you know, it's fine.
You didn't.
You
No.
didn't. You didn't. In the end, you can choose to be kind to end a situation, or you can choose to be devious and
You can choose to do what you're doing, or you can choose to do what he's doing.
yes.
That
yes.
is literally the two sides of the coin. And honestly, it's better to just take the higher
Yeah,
road.
when
and
I
just-
learned the power in silence, that was a powerful lesson, because I definitely used to be that person that I was going to explain my side of it. I was going to get it out there, but you know, I got past that phase and was like, we good. Like, you stay over there, I'm going to stay over here, we're good to go.
Right.
I do
Oh,
not
I guess she's
understand.
going to continue. Excuse me.
Yeah,
Here we
she's
go.
like, hello. So, again, Maddie, Heidi, Jason, thanks for joining us. Who
Yes.
now sounds like he wants to join us more and more often.
kind of fun.
He's like,
It's a little
I've been begging people for months. I don't know where this will go.
Years.
I hope that, yeah, it's been a long time, but I think that anyone that comes on to give them a voice, to help them talk through where they've been and how they're here and how you made it.
I low-key like being the voice, not necessarily on the
There you
camera.
go.
Right.
There you
I
go.
love that.
So-
Well, you know what? That's okay too.
Although,
Yeah.
maybe when I have more clothes to wear. And
Well, you know what? Like, for today, we're going to end it here. And in the future, like, when you come back on, maybe you can choose a little different.
Yeah,
but, you know,
Right.
we're just going to kind of ramble for a while and see if we can
Yeah.
get a following.
And these are, you know, just to kind of reiterate, it's just stories from everyday people. It's not,
Yeah.
it's not pressured. It's,
Even if they don't take off, we can go back and be like, oh, we were at that point.
yeah, it's something
I
that we
love
can
that.
do for
I love
ourselves
that.
too.
I love that. So I'll try not to move around so much. And
Or
we
scratch.
will
wax
catch
up
you
the-
guys
and
next
you know
time.
what?
Like,
This is, it's the first one. It's
Yes.
going to be a little weird.
yes.
So,
I think we did good. So have a
Well,
good night.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.